After I saved up all this money, right? I'm saving, finally are able to purchase a brand new spanking home. It's never been lived in, it's built from scratch, should have no issues at all. Why on earth would I spend my hard-working money on an inspector? Hello everybody, my name is John Moses with the Integrity Real Estate Group and PRG, a realtor here in San Antonio and surrounding cities.
And my name is AJ with Soteria Home Inspections.
We're actually going to be bringing to you a series of videos, quick segments on a couple of burning questions that we hear over and over again, and hopefully we can answer those questions. So let's get started. So the main question is this. After I saved up all this money, right? I'm saving, finally are able to purchase a brand new spanking home. It's never been lived in, it's built from scratch, should have no issues at all. Why on earth would I spend my hard-working money on an inspector?
So that's a really good question. Home is, if not the biggest, one of the biggest investments that people make in their life. And you want to make sure to take care of that investment.
Exactly. For example, real quick to kind of encompass an inspector, right? In regards to real estate terminology, an inspector is really to kind of give you an idea of what your short-term and long-term investments is going to be on your property. Now, granted, it's kind of like, it seems like a no-brainer, right? This house should be brand spanking new, there shouldn't be any issues. Well, guys, guess what? There are many times that there can be potential issues that can be caught ahead of time. This is why it's super important. And the company that you're building, or you can address those so they can go ahead and get those corrected, possibly before you move in or shortly after. But this is a way to kind of protect that. Why not get ahead of the game so you can make sure you're not stuck in the rut?
Yeah, that you hit on some really major points. First of all, we'd like to live in a perfect world where we believe that everybody's doing their due diligence. But in some cases, due to pressed time, maybe some emergencies, people have the tendency of cutting corners. So if we can catch it early in the stages of your closing, that's even better, because we can, like John mentioned, we can have them addressed, and then you can bring it back to the builder and say, hey, we caught this now, and it can be on the builder's dime versus you waiting and then letting it build throughout the 5, 10, 15, 20 years and having a major issue that you have to deal with and come out of pocket.
Exactly, because you also only have an X amount of warranty on your property. So if it passes that, and you could have caught something that would have been kind of a tall tale of signs, maybe on foundation or plumbing or electrical or even the roof or anything like that, that can potentially not necessarily be something that will take impact now. But if you didn't catch it and later on, let's say your warranty passes and then it happens, like that'll be horrible. On top of it too, not to say that people are deliberately doing things to make your house like a mess, or to do things to deliberately cut corners. Just like AJ said, unfortunately we're human, right? Things happen, and there's so many contractors in and out of these properties that sometimes something could potentially happen where things don't get done correctly. So this is one of the key items that I personally always strongly encourage buyers to conduct an inspection on your property to avoid any sort of headaches. You gotta get that extra sense of security. They have internal inspectors that will inspect their property, but once again, they're working for the company. Not to say they're doing anything deliberately wrong, but what's to say to you make an additional investment so you can have that extra comfort.
Right, and just to reiterate, it is utterly important because this is a huge investment. So if you were purchasing a Lamborghini, you want to make sure that all the moving parts are working.
Yes, exactly.
At the same time, this is an investment that can potentially be here forever. So with that in mind, it is important to make sure that we're taking care of your home.
If you have any questions whatsoever regarding the specific process, why should you get an inspection on a brand new home? Hopefully this kind of gave you a better understanding on that as well. If we missed anything, or let's say that you've experienced something, you're like, hey, this is exactly why you need an inspector. I have a couple of horror stories as well that I won't mention now, but if later on you're interested, I can tell you that I've experienced things that actually came to a negative impact towards the buyers because of a lack of inspection or things that I've heard. But if y'all have comments, let us know. If you have a question in regards to inspection or a question in regards to property or purchasing a property, definitely leave them in the comments below. Real quick tidbit, it doesn't necessarily need to be this specific new home as well. If you just want to run an inspection on your properties in general, you can do that. If you're selling a house, you can do the inspection there to kind of get ahead of those expenses. We'll talk about more of those details later, but just giving you a heads up, it doesn't have to be on this. An inspector can go a long way.
So you can go ahead and contact Solterio Home Inspections either by phone at 210-877-4387. You can email us at abraham.espinosa@solteriohomeinspections.com. Feel free to leave a message on our Facebook. We'll be happy to reach out to you and answer any questions, concerns, give quotes, or whatever the case is.
My name is John Moses with Integrity Real Estate Group and PRG. I'm excited to bring you guys these videos so we can hopefully get in front of any questions that you may have before you make a decision, and to give you a peace of mind. You can contact me at 210-601-0204. Email me as well if you have any questions, jmrealestatesa@gmail.com. To old friends and new,